Hey everyone, I just thought I'd share a quick video about one of my favourite apps that I use all the time. It's called PyRevit. I'll probably go on about it a little bit. It's not found on the standard Autodesk App Store or anything. You kind of have to go searching for it on Google because it's hosted on GitHub, which can be a little bit sort of scary for some people, but it's certainly well supported and well known app and community developed, so it's not malicious in any way. So yeah, and it seems to work pretty smoothly and everything else, so it's not a problem app for sure, but it's maybe a little bit more advanced than some of the other sort of straightforward add-ins. But yeah, it's got a heck of a lot of useful features. So yeah, this is what the GitHub page for it looks like. So you just have to find your installer here. It sort of yeah, works pretty seamlessly though. Basically, it's an extension developed by, well, primarily by this one guy, and it's just made it as like a fast sort of prototyping sort of add-in for Revit, where you can use Python to interact with the Revit API, and yeah, it's supposedly a fast way to make tools based on the Revit API. Not that I know how to do that, but fortunately the people that work on it have made a bunch of useful features anyway. So yeah, the main app comes up with all these helpful tools here. Some of the main ones that I use are things like tab coloring. So you can actually, quite often you have multiple projects open in one Revit instance, so it'll actually color the tabs for that project differently to the next project. And also families, you can make, if you open up a family within a project, it'll, the way that it's displayed here, you can see that it's got an orange border around it, will look slightly different as well, so you can tell what's a family and what's not a family. Other handy features like pick tool, like you can pick detail elements only or model elements. That's a good one. I bind to a set of keys, like pick model elements I've got set on PE, and pick detail elements on PD. So if you do that and draw a selection box across a page, you'll only select the detail or the model elements, yeah, which is quite handy. Yeah, there's a heap of things to work through, like more or less they may be more useful to other people than they are to me, but yeah, it all depends on what you need. I use this one quite a lot as well, like orient section box to face, which is particularly handy if you've got a project that's set up with not a proper sort of rotation of true north, and it's set up a bit funny. Like that can get a bit difficult sometimes with your section boxes if you're making 3D views. You can quickly, I've got that one set up on keys as well, like shortcut keys, so OF, so orient to face, and that way it'll align the section box quickly to something you're working on. Yeah, heaps of other useful features as well, like more wipe tools for unused filters, unused view templates, and everything else, just for cleaning up your project. Yeah, as well as that, like it comes with like a bunch of extensions as well that are like the more developed extensions. There's heaps of different ones out there if you go hunting for them, but these are ones that sort of come built in more or less. So yeah, these are quite good to go through as well, and you can activate all of these separately to PyRevit. Some of the ones I run are EF tools, PyApex, PyChalizer, PyRevit, and they've all got sort of useful features all on their own, really, to be honest. So for instance, EF tools, it's got create workset views and like a UI manager. So I've bound that one to keys as well, so UI, and that'll just change it. The background quickly of the view you're working in. Sometimes it just sort of helps you see what you're up to, and it's just a nice and fast way of doing it rather than having to go into the menus to do it. PyApex, for instance, flip grid ends, which is quite handy, so you can just select all your grids and go into EF tools, into PyApex, and go flip grid ends, and it'll flip all the grid ends to the other end of the line, which is quite handy. Do them all in one go, especially if they're a little bit all over the place. Yeah, more purge tools if you're into that sort of thing, or checking grids. This is quite, if there's slight differences between angles on grids or distances that seem a little bit out of alignment, you can do some checking on that. Yeah, PyRevit's got a bunch of stuff in there as well. Occasionally you can go hunting through these lists, and you'll find things like, if you have a specific problem, that you might find something in here that'll actually help you out. PyRevit MEP was quite good. This 3D rotate's quite good at times, although I've found that to be slightly buggy, so it's always good to save before you do it. But things that are tricky to rotate, you can rotate them in 3D view using this tool. Change level as well is quite good. So if you've got items hosted on the wrong level, you can select a bunch of things and then host them to the right level without actually moving them in 3D space. You just get them hosted correctly. Yeah, so there's lots to look at with PyRevit. So it's probably a little bit more to get your head around than some of the other add-ins that you might get for Revit, but there's a lot of value in it, considering it's free. I'd just get it even just for tab coloring, to be honest, if anything else. But yeah, certainly pick tools and orienting the section boxes and all sorts are quite handy. There's sheet tools for copying legends to sheets and all sorts of things. So yeah, worth a look.